Hey guys, welcome to Monday Night Dream Team Zoom. Those of you that were on here with me before I started recording, just know I just got home like 7 minutes ago. So I'm going to basically be winging this as best as possible. But my topic tonight was I just want to talk to you guys about how important it is to take care of you, take care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can focus on helping other people. It's kind of like that cliche, which is funny because I just got off the plane, but they're always like, put the mask on yourself before you help someone else. It's the same with your business. Like if you're constantly trying to chase a volume to help reach a bonus or help someone on your team reach a bonus, or constantly discounting product because you think you're helping someone purchase it, or you're, constantly doing things to help, but you're not taking care of yourself, you're going to run yourself down. You're going to burn yourself out. You're not going to like your job anymore. You're not going to love what you do. And that's not fair to you, because we all got here because we love this product, right? We all started because we weren't feeling great and we wanted to feel great. So now we feel great, but sometimes we lose track of that in the chase of, going after our business. And you'll even hear people be like, yeah, when I hit 200K, I didn't shower for days. I don't want to not shower for days because of that. Like I want to hit 200K because I'm living my best life, right? Like that's what I think we all want here. So I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about, obviously I'm going to talk a little bit about the retreat that just finished, and how I felt from my end of things. And then I'm going to open the chat, but also as always, you guys can unmute and talk at any time. Those of you that were there, or those of you maybe that were watching from afar, like you can chime in and tell me how you felt about things too. But my goal with the retreat was obviously to treat people like, they earned it. I wanted them to have a special time. But more than anything, I wanted to get them away from home, get them out of their routine, get them out of their normal environment, and really give them time to think about what they want in life, what they want for their family, what they want for their, maybe their home, what they want for their business. Because I just know that we all get so wrapped up in our day to day, doing all the things, taking care of all the things we're responsible for. So I think it's so important to change that perspective. Now, granted, this was a big version of that. Like people got on airplanes, they went from state to a different state, they were in a different house. You don't have to go that far. There's just a point in time where I would say at least once a week, you need to change your environment and spend some time by yourself. So maybe you go to the library, maybe you go to a restaurant, maybe you go sit in your car in the driveway, or maybe you pull in from work and you sit out there for 10 minutes before anyone knows you're home, so that you have that quiet spot where you don't have demands on you. But I think it's really important to like self-assess. How do I feel mentally, physically, spiritually? And it's really easy to always be like, I feel okay, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good. But really spend time with yourself. Like, do you really feel good? Like, do you really feel like you're doing what you want to do with the time you have here? Not just with your business, but just with the time here. Olivia, it's not what I expected, but it's exactly what I needed. Yeah, I mean, you guys know Olivia has 18 children. Not really, but that's what it feels like. Think about the ability for her to get to some place where there wasn't, at no point in time that I'm aware of, did anyone beg her to make them a plate, wipe their tushy, cuddle with them, play with them. No one was crawling all over top of her. She could actually think and spend time with herself and her business and just be focused. And that's really important. So I think that's the one thing that came out of that was like the change of place, like actual change of environment, because it's in those moments when you get away from your day to day that you can actually get a change of perspective. So a change of scenery can lead to a change of perspective. Again, part of that is because you getting into a different area, you can quiet the noise, like the literal noise, maybe the washing machine running or the telephone ringing or the baby crying. You can minimize that noise and open up your mind to whatever it is that your heart and mind are trying to talk about. And it's in that moment that you can sort through your feelings, sort through your emotions, sort through your goals, and get a new perspective on maybe what's been holding you back or stopping you or making you feel crappy or I don't know, all the things. Sandra says we loved our we loved our slumber party bedroom. For being gone helped us to think that deeply and how to do that now that we are home. Yes. So one of the things that we did at the retreat was every single morning we sat together and for my particular retreat, we pulled a prayer card. I encourage people to pull a universal law card, a prayer card, an intention card, whatever it is that you feel connected to, and spend 5 minutes with whatever comes up on that card. And when I say spend 5 minutes, that sounds easy. 5 minutes is a long time. When you're trying to sit quietly and think and not overthink, but allow thoughts to come to you, 5 minutes is really hard. Like I literally shake and rock and twitch the whole time. Like I cannot sit still for 5 minutes. I can close my eyes, but I cannot sit still for 5 minutes. But it's in that time that you really get to change your focus and your perspective. And you can start to, I know this sounds cheesy, but like you can really hear what's coming to you. So I want to, so that's one thing that we did that I thought was super important. And then, oh, bye. Everyone tell Sarah bye. Her ride's here. Bye. Radar says bye. So changing the perspective and then setting and we did our, we did our 5-minute meditation in the morning, because to me, I like to do that kind of thing in the morning to help direct my day, if you will. Because it's really easy to wake up and be super crazy, busy, go to all the things, but you like make yourself stop. We also ended every night, granted, it was awesome because every night it was at the beach for sunset. I'm going to miss that. But every night we just also spent some time with thankfulness, gratitude, praising the life that we've been giving. And again, it was just quiet time, spent alone. We all found a little spot on the beach and we would just watch the sunset and talk to ourselves, to Jesus, to the universe, whoever it is that the person wanted to connect with. And again, that was such an amazing way to kind of recap your day, which granted, I'm back home now. So, tomorrow for my 5 minutes, it might happen in this room. It may happen in the bed while Tom's in the shower and I'm waiting my turn. It might happen in my car. I don't know, but it's going to happen in the morning. And I'm 1,010% sure instead of the sunset, mine will happen in PJs and in bed before I'm like ready for bed. But I really want to keep that focus going, because 5 minutes in the morning and 15 to 20 minutes at night, what a difference it felt for the rest of the day. What a difference to remember that when I'm doing reach outs and somebody tells me no, or I see some like nasty comments about MLMs or whatever, all the crap that we see during the day, because I had already spent time with my intentions and I know that I'm doing my business for bigger, better things, that stuff can just come to me and go right through me. Like I don't have to hang on to that. And I know that because I've spent time with myself, really thinking about my bigger picture goals. So I just want to encourage you to, I know it sounds goofy, but spend time with yourself. The other thing too is move your body. So as a group, God love them. It was hot, it was humid, and we are not the most coordinated group of ladies ever, but Miss Olivia led us through one of her pound fit classes on the beach with the drumsticks called ripsticks. And it was so much fun. Of course, it was fun because we were together and we're goofy and we're all learning. But for the ladies that were there and for any of you, once you do something physically active and you get that burst, you just feel incredible. So maybe you're at the point in time in your life where going for a 5-minute walk is all you can do. Maybe you're too busy, maybe you're out of shape, whatever. But that 5 minutes could lead to 6, could lead to 7, could lead to 7.5. You just never know. When I first started personal training years and years and years ago, I was a size 24. I could hardly do anything. I remember doing my first workout, 22, size 22. I was on my way to 24. I remember doing like my first workout. I couldn't walk for days. It was bad. And I didn't have like a hard workout, obviously, but you have to start somewhere. I had to start somewhere. And the accomplishment that you feel on top of the endorphins that you're going to feel from moving your body, it's worth it. So let's even say that maybe you're hurt. Maybe you're in a boot and you're like, well, this is so funny. Sonia's like, I can teach all about working out in a boot. But let's pretend you broke your ankle or you broke your leg and you can't do anything. You guys, you still have arms. You can still move your arms. You can still get your blood flowing. You can still get a burn somewhere in your body. You can still do something to remind your body that it's alive, that you are blessed that it's alive, and that you're going to use it, right? Use it or lose it. So I encourage people to spend time with themselves at this retreat. I encourage people to move their bodies at this retreat. And then I encourage you to open your mind. And I will be the first one to tell you that is hard for me. Open your mind, learn from others. Yes, I led a topic, or Lindsay led a topic, or Sandra led a topic, but it was an open forum. People could chime in. People could, do things. We split up in pairs. We did role playing, and no one got to pick their partner. We let the universe pick their partner. I just let people randomly pick notebooks, and then lo and behold, they didn't know, but there was somebody else with a matching notebook, and so that's who they got paired with. Because it would have been so easy for Olivia to pair with her sister-in-law. It would have been easy for Sandra to pair with Lisa. They already know each other. I wanted people to have to talk to someone they don't know very well. Because why? Because A, that gets you out of your comfort zone, and B, you're going to teach that person something and they are going to teach you something. So get out of your own way and open your mind when someone is I'll be honest with you, Reels and TikTok to me, I think I've talked about this before. I know it's a part of business now. I know it's part of life. It's a reality. I find it funny. Like, if you really sit down and think, like, wait, I'm a businesswoman and now I'm dancing to some weird song and pointing at, like, when you really think about that, it's weird. But if I can make a reel that means something to me, like, I was actually thinking on the plane, she's not on here, but maybe she'll watch the replay. I was thinking of Natasha on the airplane. I know that the Nourish in our back office, the feeding the children, I know that is so special and so important to her. If you guys haven't heard her story as to why, you should ask her sometime. But I don't know, like, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I could so see Natasha like doing a reel where she just talks about how many children go without food in America on a daily basis, and why it's so important that we pay attention to these things. Like don't assume that you have to do the modern thing the modern way. A reel is just a video. So if you're uncomfortable, Tammy, dancing and singing, and you're kind of suck at the voiceovers, guess what? You can use your own audio. You can talk. It's just a fancier version of a story. So that's when I'm like, I need to open my mind. I need to stop overthinking things. I need to stop thinking I don't like them and don't want to do them. I need to find a way to do them that works for me, so I can talk about something I like. But I literally had to go through this weekend to learn more about reels, like the technical part of what button do you push and how do you do it, to realize that that's just the stepping stone. That's just how we get started. Now we know we can put our voice, we can put our cause, we can put our mission, we can put our passion into a reel. It doesn't always have to be the trending sound, that, the newest dance or whatever. But I think it's super fun to throw them in every now and then, especially with your kids and puppies and stuff like that. But it's okay to use that platform, but use it in a way that's good for you. So you have to open your mind to these things. So I just found it to be incredible how we could be talking about our spirituality, our connection to the world and to the earth, are talking about just moving our bodies, and how it, no matter what we talked about, it related back to our business in some way, shape, or form. When you get your body healthy and strong and your mind healthy and strong, you can do anything. You don't stop for the little stuff. When you don't feel well, let's go down this path. Let's say you woke up, you're running late. Yes, you took your Thrive, you're a Thriver, so you're getting through the day, you're feeling okay, but you've got that nagging feeling because you didn't do your gratitude for the day that you really wanted to do, or you got to do a reel this afternoon and you hate those things and you're not looking forward to it, and yada, da, 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 da. And then somebody sends you a message and said, hey, I tried that Thrive and it didn't work very well. I don't want to reorder. The state of mind, the state of health that you're in that moment when that message comes, I don't know about you, but I'd be like, bag it. I'm done for the day. I'm done. I can't deal with the negativity. I can't deal with these people. La, 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 la. Give me some popcorn. I'm going to go watch my gardener on YouTube. Right? Like, I'm just being super honest. That would be me. I would be mad. I'd be ticked. I'd be annoyed. I'd be frustrated. But if I've spent 5 minutes with myself, I've connected to my goals in the morning, I've moved my body so I have those endorphins, I've eaten a good meal, I've had plenty of water for the day, somebody sends me a message and said I used it, it didn't work, I'm going to come more from a place of really what happened? Because I feel good. I'm okay, right? I'm on my path. I'm just going to help find out what's going on with their path. It's all about becoming, what do they call that? Bulletproof. It's like that bulletproof mindset. But to have that bulletproof mindset, you have to do the work. That's the hard part. You have to take the time. Like, I am all for books. You guys know that. You guys know I like the audibles. I love podcasts. I'm a huge YouTube. I love that stuff. That helps feed my mind. But that doesn't make me have a conversation with myself. I might listen to something and be like, oh yeah, that's whole, they got a point there. Oh, I felt that one, but I just felt it and moved on. Take the time to be like, wow, he just said that and I felt that. I'm going to sit with that for a few minutes. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to ask myself why I felt that. Why is what he said so powerful? I posted in the team earlier today. Hey, Lisa. I'm going to read. Poor Lisa had to lend me her readers all freaking weekend. I posted in the team page earlier today. It was just an Andy Frisella. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but I posted some stuff about him. And it's funny because when I read it, I was like, oh, and then I posted it and everyone was like, oh, why did we feel that way? I'm going to read it. Most people don't actually struggle with consistency. The reason most people are where they are is because they consistently do the wrong things. They consistently eat shitty food that keeps them unhealthy, consistently watch Netflix instead of developing a new skill. They consistently go through the motions of their 9 to 5. You have to understand something. Consistency isn't what matters. Consistency in the right action is what matters. So ask yourself, what are the actions you're taking, are the actions you're taking giving you the results you want? Or are they giving you the results you're not happy with? So I won't read the rest because it's on there. But how many of you read that or just now heard that and it's like, oh, that's right, that's good. Why is that good? Spend time with yourself. What are the bad habits that you are consistently doing? It's just a lot of times we're surface. We're like, oh, yep, he's right. I've got bad habits and I keep doing them. Okay, well, unless you spend some time and address that, you're going to continue to have the bad habits. That's what I'm talking about. It's spending that 5 minutes with yourself. Like, okay, universe, Jesus, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? Who would you have me talk to? How would you have me handle this? And think about it. Right? I don't know why I keep eating candy at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why when I get stressed out, I think the best thing in the world is a glass of wine. Like, think about it. Spend time with it. Get dirty with it. Muddle with it. I don't know why I'm finding comfort in not feeling my best. People don't expect me to do anything because they know that I hurt my foot. And so now I don't have to do anything. Why am I doing that? That's not the person I want to be. Like, think about these things. Spend time. Because here's the thing. If you don't, you're going to deal with the same problem forever and ever and ever. It may change its face. It may change direction, but it's always going to be the same underlying problem. And that's why it's so important to really, yes, read the books, read those messages that make you think, but then stop and really think. And you guys, those of you that are pressed for time and you're like, I can't sit for 5 minutes and work out for 10. Why can't you think while you're walking? Why can't you move your body and think at the same time? Right? Like, combine it if you have to, but make that commitment to yourself, because it's when you feel good, it's when you're taking care of yourself, that then you can handle what life throws at you. And you guys all know in this business that people can be really shitty. People can be mean. People can make excuses. People can try to put you down. You can start doubting yourself because maybe you had a goal of going on a trip and you didn't make it. So then you start doubting if you're even supposed to do this, right? But it's because you're not taking care of yourself first. It's literally, it's the biggest cliche. Put the mask on you before you put it on the kid. Anybody hearing me? Anybody feeling this? Anybody want to add something to it? I mean, I know some of you were at the retreat and you already went through a lot of work. And that was, as much work as we went through at the retreat, to me, now the work really starts, because I'm not going to wake up tomorrow in a house that is all done and taken care of with a bunch of happy people who want, like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and Lucy's going to have peed on the floor and Radar's going to be barking and Diesel's going to want to eat and all that. You know what I mean? Like now to me is when the work starts. Sandra, were you going to say something? Yeah.
I readjusted a little bit of what I did this morning and what I normally do. I just tweaked a little bit, but last night before I went to bed, I had every single name written down that I was going to touch today. Like, okay, that sounds bad.
No, I get it.
But you'll get it. Then on my list of non-negotiables, there are some things that I've needed to do, but I just keep procrastinating because y'all know I'm good at that. But there are some things that I have to do before I go to bed every single night. And I've just been kind of blowing some of them off. So I kind of redid a few things today with just that whole focus, like we talked about, digging in deeper and so forth, because that superficial, I ain't going to get me anywhere. And I've got a few more tasks I've got to finish before I go to bed, but I had the crux of all of my stuff done within an hour this morning.
Good. That's awesome. Do you feel like that's because you were more focused, or because you just, I don't know, why do you think it was so much better?
More focused, had names written down before I went to bed last night.
You're prepared.
And then I was on the power planning this morning, but but I would have to mute it at times and go on with, okay, well, they're working on that. I've already done that. And I would mute it. And because I can't listen to somebody's voice and then try to do what I have to do.
Yeah,
so I would mute it. And once I got that piece done, I would turn it back up so I could hear what part Susan was on. And then I would move on to the next thing. So there's 3 little tasks I have to finish before I go to bed tonight. They're not going to take me very long. But I used voice clips for so many of the tasks I did today that I've already had like 10 people respond back.
Nice.
That didn't have anything to do Thrive related.
Okay.
Necessarily, but they responded.
Awesome.
And by the way, I did tell Olivia on the plane the other day when they gave us the speech about the masks, I looked at her and I said, I'll put mine on first, then I'll help you with yours. She was not amused.
She's like, I got this. So Olivia, Lisa, did today, so today was your Monday. Did it feel different? Did you try something new?
I don't know about Olivia, but I have gone from work to grocery to supper to laundry to just sitting in front of the computer to jump on the Zoom. So no, not yet, but
that's that first day back. I get it.
Yeah. So I just felt like there was so many good things from the retreat. Gosh, the time that we spent really in thoughtfulness and prayer, not just about our business, but about life, and of course the camaraderie and the laughter and learning the reels, and oh my goodness. So it was just and I had like a preconceived notion that I was going to go down there and just have this wow moment. That kind of happened, but it wasn't the that I thought it was going to be. It's been a very subtle, and it's like, okay, yeah, that you need to change, and that you need to change. So my life has been changed. It's just not how I thought it was going to be. So
I'll take
Thank
it.
you again for everything.
You're welcome.
And I have my necklace on.
Same.
Same.
Oh yeah, as soon as Caleb saw that I was wearing a necklace, he's like, "Oh, so you're wearing necklaces now?" I
Yes.
told you it's gonna be mad.
I wear jewelry for Tammy, but not you,
Yep.
Kim.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. I was like, I even told Tammy that you were gonna be pissed because I wouldn't wear anything you bought me. It made my day. um, but so I did wake up and I did I mean, I didn't have a way to make a circle, but I did burn my
Palo Santo.
hello. You sure?
Santo.
Yep. I did burn my wood and I sat on the floor right here in my office with cross-legged with my hands up and I did just sit and breathe and pray and talk to myself, but in a good, just like calming way to try to start my day with a lot more calm than honestly anxious that I've had for a long time. So I did start my day a lot better. Actually, but I mean, before I even did that, when I got in the shower, instead of watching Netflix while I'm in the shower, I did turn on, it was a podcast, or no, it wasn't. I bought that book that Natasha was just telling us about in the chat, The Middle Finger.
Uh-huh.
I bought that book on Audible and I was actually like closing my eyes in the shower so I could actually focus and listen to it. But
Mhm.
instead of letting it go when I got out of the shower and multitasking, where there's a spider in my wall. Time out. But instead,
We're multitasking
instead of like,
now.
yeah, oh, I lost it. But instead of multitasking, trying to like get myself ready and do this and do that until, before other people get here, I stopped it so I can actually focus when I do listen to it. Honestly, it's still been hard, but I have like been a lot calmer today.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping like just taking breaths and really like calming myself will just help, hopefully day by day, to get better,
Mhm.
because I'm just anxious all the time. And this weekend really helps just calm me down. But
Good.
that helped. And as far as business goes, yeah, I was on the working Zoom this morning and I did have other kids here. So I was like touch and go, but this is why,
She's precious.
but I was doing the things and if I didn't get it done, I made sure I like wrote down whatever I didn't finish and then I went back and finished it all later.
Okay. Does
So
anybody
I did the things.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a daily meditation or a daily prayer, daily quiet time, a daily ritual? We talked a lot about spirituality, faith, adding a ritual to the moment to just help keep you focused, make it more intentional. That was where the burning of the Palo Santo comes from. If you don't have a ritual yet, I would encourage you to think about one, whether it's like, I shouldn't say I would come in here necessarily to do, I guess if I came in here, I could burn the Palo Santo, that would be the ritual. But like maybe get away from your desk, sit in a chair that you don't normally sit in to have your quiet time, like make that your spot, or sit on the floor, like something different so that because your mind and body are obviously connected. So if you do something different every single time to bring your body and your brain together, to let your body know, like the second I light that wood, I'm like, okay, my brain and body are like, okay, it's time for this. Or the second you sit on the floor versus the couch, that your body knows it's time for this. So I would encourage you to do that. But honestly, my one thing I encourage you is just set a timer for 5 minutes and spend some time quietly. And you guys, so I have prayer cards and like I said, intention cards and things like that. You don't have to have that. You've got a telephone with Google. You could just, what's the prayer of the day? What's the intention of the day? What's, whatever. Like you don't have to spend more money. I want to encourage you guys to really put your mental and physical health as a priority because again, we're in a health and wellness company. So if you're walking around not feeling great and not taking care of yourself, you want to be a product of the product. But also just because I know from being even in other businesses, being an entrepreneur is not easy. If it was easy, we would all be doing it, right? But there's 7 people on the Zoom tonight, so we're not all doing it. So for those of you that want to do it, those of you that are in you're like, I'm in this to win this, I don't know what I'm doing, we're going to figure it out. I'm going to say the first thing you need to do is get that bulletproof mindset and that really tough skin. Right? Like, when your skin is dry and cracky and all that stuff, it hurts and you get a scratch. Well, when it's thick and supple and lotioned up and you're like, it's tough, get tough skin, like from the inside out, like focus on you. And then one of the other things that we talked about, and then I'll close really quickly. Again, being an entrepreneur is not easy. There are a million ways to earn money in this world. The things that you're going to do, how the pace and the determination you're going to have to work as an entrepreneur to earn money, you could easily just get a job and earn some money, right? So you have to think why and for what reason. Lisa, I'm going to share, I hope this is okay. My bad, I should have asked first, but Lisa actually has a really big goal where she would love to be able to cover someone's college tuition. And then let's really get big. What if we cover someone's college tuition every year? What if we get so big that we have 5 scholarships, full ride, that we can give to people? That's not going to fall out of the sky, but you are in a business that could offer something like that. You guys have seen Mari is an 8-figure income earner. If you're like 8 figures, write them out. Let your eyeballs set on that. There's a lot of college tuition in those 8 figures, right? So you've got to dream really, really big. And to me, to get those big dreams, you have to spend time with yourself, because you have to know what is so important to you that you would put up with the crap that you're going to have to put up with to deal with it. And then to deal with that crap on a consistent basis, you're going to have to be tough. So you're going to have to be physically and mentally tough. And it's funny because now that I say that, it sounds like we had a boot camp all weekend, but we didn't. They were not in the Navy. But that's what we focused on, that mental toughness, that toughness right here, to where when somebody says, oh, Thrive sucks, or, oh, that's a, what do they say? That's a pyramid scheme. Like that shit just rolls off your back because you have bigger goals. Do you think Lisa's going to let one comment about an MLM scam stop her from helping a kid go to college that deserves it? No, big goals will take your sights off of the little shit. So think big goals. What is something so gigantic goal-wise that it's you can't even really fathom? You're like, that would be the most craziest thing in the world for me to be able to do, and I don't even know how I would do it. That's the goal you need, because that's the goal that will keep you going. Like, I know we say, oh, your goals should scare you. Your goals shouldn't even make sense to you. They're so big. So big that you're like, do I need like a staff for that to happen? What do I do? Like, you need to be so confused by how big it is. That is what will keep all of that stuff shedding off of your back. When you don't feel like if Lisa wakes up one day and she's like, I don't feel like doing these reach outs, but she thinks of that kid that she doesn't yet know that she wants to help go to college, she'll do reach outs, because she has a much deeper meaning to her actions, right? Like, when your kid is sick and they just threw up everywhere and you have to clean that up, and like suddenly you become like a scientist in the cleaning department with the Lysol and then the bleach and then the Lysol and then a brush that you found, and then you buy all this stuff versus you're just cleaning up the bathroom sink on a regular day. When you have a big reason, you get real focused and you work a hell of a lot harder. So think of it that way. I don't know why that made me think of that, but that's a big difference. Like, you clean differently when you're like, I'm killing germs versus I'm just cleaning up the house. So go after your goals like that with that power. Anyway, that's it. It's 8:05. I'm going to make dinner, say hi to my husband, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.